Hello everybody, welcome to another video and welcome to a graphics card upgrade for my 2006 11 Mac Pro. As you may or may not know, I've currently got an NVIDIA GeForce 8800 GTS in there and it has not put a foot wrong. It's been a rock solid card and I got it as a free upgrade over my 6570 from Alistair from Deadly Hardware. That channel is currently now inactive, which is a shame. But he gave me the card for free, which was just absolutely awesome. But next gen is here. Games are becoming a lot more powerful, so I need something with a little bit more juice. So this is what I'm going to be putting in my system. This is an ATI Radeon HD5770. It's just infinitely more powerful than the 8800 GTS. It's more modern by years and years and years, and it really should allow me to get a little bit more juice out of the system as a whole, because anything more modern than this, the Mac Pro PCI bus would just bottleneck it. So this is the perfect sort of balance between power and what the Mac Pro itself is capable of. So then if we go over the specs of the two cards, the 8800 GTS has 320 megs of GDDR3 memory. It has a core clock speed of 500 MHz, a shader clock speed of 1200 MHz, a memory clock speed of 500 MHz. It's based off of the 90 nanometer manufacturing process, and it only runs up to DirectX 10, which is a massive drawback. The 5770 has 1 GB of GDDR5 memory, clocked at 2400 MHz, so massive difference there. It has an 850 MHz core clock speed and shader clock speed. It's based off the 40 nanometer manufacturing process, which again is a lot more modern, and it does run DirectX 11. So here we go. As you can see, the 8800 GTS is currently in the system. If I just show you here, here we go. I gave you the specs earlier, but you can see there it's all working absolutely brilliantly. I'm running Mavericks, of course. I'm not going to go into that today. I may do a video on it in the future, but yeah, this is a 2006 Mac Pro, so natively it only supports up to Lion. But again, I'll probably make a video on that sometime in the future. But yeah, we're going to close this down now. Shut down. It's a really lovely little card. Really, it has not put a foot wrong. But it's time to upgrade now. It's a little bit low on the memory, and it's just not a very modern card anymore. But it's done everything I've chucked at it, and I can't fault it really. It's been amazing. So I hope you've got a half decent view there. Of course, this is my Mac Pro. Yeah, one hard drive base is missing again. If you've watched my older videos, you'll know why it's missing, but yeah, it's really simple to replace a graphics card in a Mac Pro. That's why I just love them so much. You've got a little blanket plate here. It's just literally a case of unscrewing them. They're basically hand screws, and then it releases the card. You pop out the display connector. You've got the power connector here. Pop this out. This takes one 6-pin. There is two 6 pins. The maximum wattage that the graphics card can take, I think, is about 330 watts. Don't quote me on that though, I may be wrong. But yeah, it's really as simple as that. You just pop it out, and there is the NVIDIA GeForce 8800 GTS. It's been an absolute workhorse. Sorry, I just hit the camera there. But it's time for something a little bit a little bit more modern. This will basically max out the PCI bus that's in this Mac Pro, and well, for what I'm going to be using this for, it'll be absolutely amazing. So same process applies. Remember to keep when you're taking out the graphics card as well. I'm not sure how well you can see this on the camera, but the same applies for any computer really. Just pop up the little plastic lock on the PCI slot, otherwise it may snap, which is not a good time. But yeah, the slot's in just like that. Really nice. That looks absolutely awesome. Same 6-pin applies, just pop it in there. in goes the display connector. You saw the ports earlier, it's got dual DVI again, and this one has DisplayPort and HDMI, as opposed to the 8800 GTS, which has just dual DVI and S-Video. So, just pop the little blanket plate back in. It's always a lot harder to get back in again after taking it out, but it's not too bad. There we go. And there we go. We are upgraded. Now I'm just going to plug everything back in again, boot it up and see if it works. Okay then, so here is the moment of truth. I know you're not meant to run the computer with the door off for any sort of extended period of time, but honestly, these Mac Pros run super cool. That's one thing actually I'm hoping to get out of that 5770 is reduced temperatures. The 8800 GTS was pretty much, whenever I was doing something intensive, was just constantly maxed out, and it would get up to about 85 and sometimes even 90 degrees centigrade, and that was, one, it made the room really warm. Something that's 90 degrees pushing out a lot of air constantly, it heats up the room really quickly, and two, it just puts me on edge a little bit, because something electrical running at 90 degrees centigrade, it always puts you on the edge of your seat. So from what I've heard, these 5770s run at about 50, 60 up to 70 degrees at full load, so yeah, it should be pretty okay. Of course I get no boot screen. I don't get it anyway because I'm running Mavericks and it requires a different bootloader, but that's beside the point. Unless you get the official upgrade kit from Apple with EFI, then you won't get the boot screen regardless. So there we go, booted in, logged in. If we go into About This Mac, more info, I'm having to reach around the camera here and zoom in, and there we go, ATI Radeon HD5770, 1GB of GDDR5. That is just so cool. This card really should just, well, it should just fly in this for as long as I keep this Mac Pro now. Awesome stuff. Chuffed a bit, guys. That is a successful graphics card upgrade. I'll have a video probably in a couple of weeks' time now showing how this thing performs, especially in gaming. I do have Windows 7 installed, and I use this as basically the equivalent of my console, so I do have quite a few games on Steam. I'll boot them up and see how they run, so expect that video in a couple of weeks' time. But I hope you enjoyed this slightly new format, guys. I still ramble at the camera for most of it, but you get that sort of slightly more cinematic look at times. Leave a comment down below if you do enjoy it, and yeah, as always, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.